here at Round One Sports TV. When you join into the live chat, let me know that you can hear me loud and clear, and I'm going to answer any of you guys' questions leading into the Subriel Matias and Liam Paro fight, and also talk about my experience here covering the fight in Puerto Rico. So let me get set up. What's up, guys? I need you guys to start joining this live stream, man. Well, my assessment on this fight with Liam Paro and Subriel Matias right now. I've been really thinking about this fight in a lot of ways. You know, it's nothing like days leading into the fight that your mind starts to like wander from the outcomes. And at certain point, the possibility of Subriel losing this fight starts to set in, and that Liam Paro is a real live underdog. So, for the most part, well, this thing is cutting in and out. So let me get right to this. I don't know how this is going to handle. The weather looks like it's about to start raining, and I don't know if that's affecting it or not. But so let me quickly get to the breakdown and then some of this experience and stuff. I also trying to see you guys' chats and messages up here. I can't see y'all messages right now. Oh yeah, here we go. What's up, my man? How you doing? Yo, round one. Thank you. No, I did not see what he said about my picks on his page. Yo, what's up, Hector? Man, I've been breaking the diet. I've been breaking all the rules out here. Look at your boy. He's nice and tan. Around what sports talk. Turned into a brother out here. You know what I mean? Hey, yo. I must have gained like 5 pounds already. But yo, I'm gonna have to check it out. What did he say about me? Did he say anything good? Or did he say something bad? What was he saying? I'm gonna have to check that out. But yeah, look, this fight is gonna be tough for both fighters. Liam Paro is definitely coming in here game and everything. But I'm still standing on the side that Subriel Matias is gonna be a little bit too strong for him. Subriel Matias has definitely been battle tested, and he has fought the likes of Jukenbai, uh, Ponce, Ananya. Those were all tough, strong guys. I understand Liam Paro is an undefeated fighter coming into this fight right here, right? And I understand that. And so wasn't the last five. All undefeated fighter. This is just another day in the office for Subriel Matias. He loves taking undefeated streaks away from fighters that claim to be undefeated and to be like the top guys. Okay. So Subriel Matias is definitely, in his own element. This is nothing new to him. Your undefeated record does not impress him. He's still gonna beat the brakes off of you, just like he's gonna do to everybody else. But with every fight, you knock out that guy. What do they say? Oh no, it wasn't that guy. It's the next guy. You understand? Now they're trying to say that, oh, Subriel has never fought anybody on the likes of Liam Paro. I beg to differ. I believe he fought a lot of guys way more experienced and way more battle tested than Liam Paro. Liam Paro right now, like his coach said, he was always been ready. He just hasn't been given the opportunity. When he was given the opportunity, he beat the brakes off Montana Love. And that was a good fight But Montana Love is no Subriel Matias, bro. I at all. He ain't no Subriel Matias. What it's gonna take to be beat Subriel Matias would be the kind of style I said about this. I said it. I said it's gonna take someone like a Sugar Ray Robinson, the American slick style, to really frustrate Subriel Matias, picking in the inside, in and out, use your and utilize your jab up and down, keep him frustrated, bust through the guard when his guard is up like this, punch in the hand and then hook, to break the guard up. Just don't come try to all night trying to come around the guard and hitting his glove. You're not really doing anything. You got to bust that guard open. You got to punch to his glove right here, push that glove back, and then come in with your shot. You see, and Subriel Matias has always been criticized that he get hit a lot, but I saw his last fight. He got hit less. With each fight, his defense is getting better and better and better. And with that style of fighting, he enjoys that style of fighting. He likes the el tomi dame. You hit me, I hit you type shit. So Brieva has always been on that. You have a good time, bro? Yeah, I'm having a great time. Tank versus Crawford, that'll never happen. Yo, Edwin, what's up, Carlos? How you doing, brother? I I saw Liam practicing the straight right hook combo on his mitts. Yes, I saw that. Yes, absolutely. That was one of the combination that Liam Paro was practicing. Now, did you see what Subriel Matias was practicing on his mitt work? Evade the right and come to the body and come up. The That's the counter to what Liam Paro was actually practicing, if I come to think about it. Yes, it is. He was practicing one thing, and I don't think they both like realized it, right? But Liam Paro was throwing, just regular ta right? And if you go back to my videos, look at Subriel Matias. What was he doing? Avoiding the right, slipping the right, hitting to the body, coming over. That's the answer to that exact combination Liam Paro is throwing. So you see that both camps have done their homework. Liam Paro must have done his homework. He could see something in this way. And then Subriel Matias is definitely seeing things in another sense. It's going to be basically whose punch lands first and whose punch is the hardest. I got to tell you, right? I was watching Liam Paro, and he's got a little snap to his punch. Subriel Matias wasn't really showing any power. I was watching him. He was basically just touching the pads. And Subriel Matias is a change up fighter, where that he doesn't throw all the punches the same speed or with the same power. Sometimes he likes to pop shot, set up punches, play around with you, soften you up a little bit, and then really turn on the speed and the power, and connect you on the inside. So that in itself is definitely, going to give Liam Paro a test. I have never seen in any Liam Paro's videos or fights where that he was tested to that extent. And does he have enough in his punching power to really push Subriel Matias back? And that's what I would like to see. My prediction for this fight: Subriel Matias stops Liam Paro between the 6th and 8th round. That's what I think might happen. Yeah. I don't think that this fight is going 12 rounds. There has never been a Subriel Matias fight that's gone 12 rounds. Never. He has 20 fights, 20 knockouts. So none of Subriel Matias's professional fights have ever gone to a scorecard. They've never read a scorecard in a Subriel Matias fight. And they're asking him, "You think this fight's going to go 12 rounds?" What you mean? It's going to go 12 rounds. You must not be watching Subriel Matias fights. He has a 100% knockout ratio. They don't read scorecards at his fight. Yeah, this ain't no Devin Haney fight. This is a Subriel Matias fight, bro. So yeah, it's not going to. It's that I don't think that there's either way. I don't think Liam Paro really believes he can pull a decision off here in Puerto Rico in front of 10,000 Subriel Matias' fans. That's going to be tough. That's going to be tough to pull off. This is the homecoming and everything. You got to have that in the back of your mind. When Lomachenko went to Las Vegas to fight Devin Haney, they might have booed Devin Haney, and some of the crowd might have went with Lomachenko, this, that, but that was Devin Haney's backyard. Devin Haney fights out of Las Vegas. In order for you to beat the champion, you were going to have to beat the champion. And as we all know, if the fight is close, they're going to give the champion what we call the champion's nod. Lomachenko started crying about that fight. But the one thing, he couldn't answer was, well, if you wanted to win that fight, why didn't you knock out Devin Haney? That's all you had to do. You didn't have to go the 12-round distance, nothing. Just knock Devin Haney out and you would have been all right. But no. So that's what I'm saying. Can Subriel, does Liam Paro really believe that he's going to pull off a 12-round decision? I don't think so. I think if Liam Paro has Subriel Matias in any kind of situation, I think he's going to try to end Subriel. Yeah. But this is a really, really big fight. You got to commend Liam Paro for this. This young man right here is chasing his dream. In his eyes, this is his moment. This is what he always wanted, to finally become a legit world champion. And in the hottest division in all of boxing, the 140-pound, the junior welterweight division, it is the best division in all of boxing. Name me one division that's more on fire than the 140. I'll wait. You don't got one. All you got is Tank Davis at 135 with a Shakur Steven with a question mark. Who else are they going to fight? Everybody's moved up. The T.O.s, the Devin Haneys, the Brian Garcias are all at 140 and up. The Terrence Crawfords, the Jerron Boots Ennises, they're at 147 and 154 and plus. 140 is the best boxing division. It's on fire right now. And to be the king in that division, it's going to say a lot. I don't want to get off the topic with Subriel Matias and everything, but I also want to report a little bit of boxing. I noticed that Naoya Inoue was ordered to fight Marlon Tapales. And that's really interesting because, once again, Goodman is he's about to lose his spot. I understand that he's saying that he's going to be next after MJ, but there's no guarantee Naoya Inoue stays in the division after MJ. Like I said, the Naoya Inoue train moves when it wants to move. It's too late. You can't stop that train. He doesn't answer to anyone. He's going to fight Marlon Tapales. They have until July 13th to finalize negotiation. If they do not come to negotiation by July 13th, it goes to a purse bid. And somebody will be able to buy the fight. And in other boxing news, the Saudis are looking to buy everybody out. They're basically going to try to make a monopoly in boxing. They want to buy Ed Hearn's The Zone. They want to the Matchroom. They want to buy the Matchroom. They want to buy the PBC. They want to buy all those boxings. The only one I don't think he might be able to sell unless Bob Arum dies, bro, is fucking Top Rank. But if he buys Top Rank, he solidifies his everything, and them Saudis will make a boxing league. Kind of like the UFC, where that they will get the best fighting the best. And if the Saudis take over in boxing, although they don't have the power to minimize the sanctioning bodies are the sanctioning bodies. You're not going to be able to do anything. But they'll be able to work with them and make boxing like, they'll control boxing a lot more. If you have one boxing promoter, there's no argument. It's like every fight is an in-house fight. They'll be quick to make. No one can be saying, no, I want my name on the mat. I want my name on the banners, on the T-shirts, and that's why we're not making the fight, because you're not taking the league in the fight as a promoter. I'm the top promoter, and it's usually because of reasons like that, and their share of the money is why we don't get some of these fights. By the Saudi prince becoming only one promoter, that kills everything. It makes fights so much easier. I'm telling you, man, these Saudis are really doing big things for boxing, man. So that's some of the boxing news that I have. Let me get to some of y'all messages. Where the fuck is Road Rage? Road Rage, if you see this video right here, you need to get a hold of me. I got a shirt for you. I'm waiting to see if I can meet you at the fight out there and everything. But every time I click into your little emblem, it doesn't let me like look you up or anything. So I have no idea how to get to you. Hold on, guys. I got some shit to show you guys too. So I believe you guys do remember that I had Subriel Matias. I put it away, signed my first shirt, right? Well, I was able to go back the next day and he signed my second shirt. So I have two shirts with Subriel Matias' name on it. And like I said, if I ever got two, right? Listen, first of all, let's talk about this, guys, right? No one thought I was getting in here to get next to this fight. Look at how your boy's doing, moving. He got press pass bracelets on. Look, what that say right there? Matias Parro. Look. That's press bracelet right there, right? Your boy moves around. I hustle, baby. Listen, I got in where I fit in. Everything I said, I kind of feel like I manifested it, right? I got there with you know, like a prayer. You know what I'm saying? And so many good things and doors opened up for me on that day, man. Before I knew it, I was literally standing next to Subriel Matias. And the one thing I regret, right, was the fact that Subriel Matias let me hold the IBF title. And I was so caught in the moment of holding the belt. I'm holding it, right? So I'm not taking pictures of myself, right? I should have like passed my phone, but it was such a brief moment. Like the belt was right there, and I was like, "Yo, can I hold that?" And he picked it up. I held it. I put it on my shoulder like this, and then I put it down. It was that fast, and I didn't get a fucking picture with the belt, bro. And then Panda, yesterday was my birthday, and I was like, "Yo, Panda, you think I could take it?" He was like, "Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think I'm gonna be able to see him today at the fight. I'm not gonna be. I don't got that kind of fucking pull. I don't think that I can be backstage with him and shit. I probably won't even see Subriel tonight. Probably won't see anyone. But it was a great experience. You know, it was a great experience. I ran into a lot of people. I ran into Ed Hearns. Fucking Ed Hearns is tall as shit, bro. I was like, bro, the first thing I said to him, I was like, bro, you're a lot taller in real life. You know how when people go to see you and they're like, you're shorter than I thought, right? In his case, I was like, you're taller than I thought. That motherfucker was tall as shit. I was like, damn, it hurts, right? So that was cool. And I met a lot of the commentators that cover the sport of boxing. I took pictures with them, and that was a really cool experience. Those are the kind of guys that I strive to be, you know. So absolutely. Frontline, what's up, Poppy? How you doing? Yeah, baby. Yeah. Yo, guys, you guys know what you guys think. I wasn't gonna move around there, bro. Come on, man. I did everything possible. I thought that I can, and shouts out to my man, Camacho, you know what I'm saying? Jose Rivera, shouts out to him, right? He really looked out, right? Okay, the first day we went to the like the workouts, right? So we all taking pictures and shit, and Camacho pulls up. Somehow, some way, he drove that car there with leaving the keys to the car at his house. He has a push button. And somehow the car didn't detect the key. As long as he didn't turn the car off, he drove away. So he ended up getting there, the car turns off, and I saw him there. And he's covering shit. And I was like, man, I can't leave you here like that. And it was an hour in the opposite direction. That's an hour to get his key, an hour to come back to bring him back to his car, right? And I did that. And then I was going back on my vacation. It was kind of like it was tough. We was in like fucking car for like 6 hours straight driving. It was a pain in the ass. But the next day, that same man that I helped the day before was the man that got me in to the press conference. He was standing there. They didn't want to let him in because they said, we don't got your email to give you a press pass. He said, bro, I'm I work with Top Rank. I work with all these people. You guys sent me here, right? They went and fixed it. They was like, no, your name is here. They went and fixed it, and he turned around while I was in the fucking hallway at the end of the line to go in with everybody else, the public. And he looked at the guy and he said, what about my cameraman? And the guy said, bring your cameraman with you. And I picked up that bag, baby. Let's go. And we did, right? And that's all about, it was like the moment and shit. Like one hand washes another. And I looked, what I'm saying, at him, and I was just like, yo, thanks, man. And he was like, no, thank you for the day before, man. I was stranded. You helped me. And I was like, well, you helped me here. So, it just goes to show you, if I would have been a dick and be like, nah, I can't help you, then he definitely wouldn't have got me in that day, right? Would you, right? So I was like, yo, man, that was good looking. You know what I'm saying? It just goes to show that the universe was there when doors open. You need to be there, So that was fucking cool and shit. But my whole experience has been awesome. Meeting the fighters, fucking putting on the belt and shit. That shit was fucking bananas, bro. Getting the autograph shirts, and I got one shirt for you guys. I got to figure out how to do this for everybody, can get a chance to winning one of the signed autographs, Subriel Matias shirts, because I promise you guys I'm going to get a shirt and I'm going to put it up. Yes, I am. I'm doing it. You guys got that. I'll keep one and and I'll do it fair. Like, I'm not, no favoritism and shit. And my brothers can't enter. Nope. They can't. Nah, I don't want to hear it. They talk about, yo, I want to shout it with it. Nah, man, you family. You can't. I'm sorry, man. You give someone else an opportunity. You know what I mean? And I'm not sure if I'll keep this, or maybe I could put it up and one of you guys can get it as the experience, like a press pass type shit. These shits are legit. They locked on your wrist until I rip that bitch. I'm not gonna rip it out, and just in case that shit could get me in the fight in the back somehow, right? I'll be like, yeah, right? So I ain't taking that off until, but absolutely, man, it's just been a great experience all in all. But like I said, guys, as we get closer to the fight, your nerves, you start to question, and you start to think about this fight. But I'm fairly confident. I'm fairly confident Subriel Matias is going to pull off the victory. Uh, this is just another day in the office for him. This is, and then Tank Davis and Frank the Ghost Martin, they're going to be fighting. They got their own enough advertisement for that fight. I'm covering the Subriel Matias fight. Not to say that I won't go back and watch that fight. Eventually, I will. You know, and another thing is getting all this down packed. Really, when I start going out to media places by myself and really lock in with everything, and I see how the experiences are, and I'm more familiar with putting up the content and everything else. There were some content that I had taken. I ended up deleting on accident. Long story. Um, so it's just a lot of experience, and I think I did fairly well for my first experience, with very little, you know, uh, a media experience in the fighting like that. I think I did fairly well. I was the first person to interview Liam Paro, and I was the first person to shake Subriel Matias' high hand when he got out of the van. You know, um, I try to like make conversation with both fighters and really like get into the minds of both fighters and their coaches and stuff. You can check out a couple of the videos that I put up. So I really like this fight in a lot of ways, and a lot of people on this card right now So there's four titles, in fact, on this fight for the Subriel Matias fight. There's four titles on the line. So I'm interested to to watch those fights as well. But as everything starts to open up in the boxing division right now, a lot of spectators and people want to see Tank Davis fight some of the biggest stars, and they believe that Subriel Matias is a big star. And some people are even yelling out the possibility of Tank Davis going up and challenging Subriel Matias. You know, uh, I find that to be funny in a sense, right? I know Tank Davis fought one time at 140. He's not really a big statured man, you know. He is thick though, Tank Davis. And when we're talking about Tank Davis, for God's sake, he has the ability to beat anybody, anybody, you know. But I think that Tank Davis really needs to like lock in one division and stop letting people move him around for the money. As you can see, that fucked up a lot of his legacy and his career. When it's all said and done, it's basically, what did you do in your career? What did you accomplish? How many belts and divisions have you won? Teofimo Lopez is already talking about moving up to his, I believe it would be his third weight division, right? Where that he would be able to win a title in. So he's already won titles in 135, 140, and now he can possibly win a title at 147. And when you start to venture out and you start to move upwards in divisions and belts, mind you don't need all four belts. All you need is one belt in a one weight division, and you're considered that division's champion. You can't take that away once you accomplish that. And when it's all said and done, I think that Tio is really going to put himself in a conversation that yet Devin Haney has not been in. Ryan Garcia is definitely not in. All his peers, the four horsemen. When we look back, when this all started, when it was like Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis, and those were all. And Loma was in there. You know what I'm saying? Tio. You know, um, that was the four horsemen, and we really never got any of them to fight each other. The best fight at 135 basically was Tio versus Loma. Tio's probably the only guy that fought one of the top dudes. Devin never fought Loma, never fought Tank. They never fight each other, vice versa. And we were never given any of those fights. But I can honestly say, if Tio makes this move again, you can see that he really, you could say whatever you want about Teofimo Lopez's career. But when it's all said and done, if he does that, you know, it depends where he ends up. Three division world champion, four division world champion. That's saying a lot. Terrence Crawford only has three divisions, and he's considered to be the best fighter in the world. Number two, anyway. Naoya Inoue, the Japanese guy, he has four divisions. And as soon as he steps into the 126, that's when you start to step into legendary status. Five divisions. That's where the best of the best are. Those kind of men. Your Manny Pacquiao's, your Floyd Mayweathers, things like that. Those are different kind of conversations. So yeah, absolutely. That's why I'm gonna pay close attention to see what Tio does, because I don't want Tio to escape Subriel Matias. I really want to see that fight. And Subriel Matias's next fight is already rumored to be Regis Progress. Now I got that from on the inside with my uh uh some of my connects and stuff, and they've already told me that Regis Progress is the next guy in line. And I could see that fight. I saw a video with Subriel Matias giving Regis Progress the fingers. He's telling him, "Bro, I don't understand you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna send you to the hospital." And that fight was already talked about before the Liam Paro fight, in fact. And for some reason, Subriel Matias really wants to put the mitts to Regis Progress. And I think that's a personal thing. I'm not sure what he did to him. Right? But he really wants a piece of Regis Progress. I don't know why, but yeah, yeah, yeah. Regis Progress for one. I thought of. I said to myself, you want to know, Regis Progress caters right to Subriel Matias. You know what I'm saying? Regis Progress caters his fighting style that caters right to Subriel Matias, right up his alley. Yeah. So here, let me check out some of your messages. Okay, Frontline, what's up, baby? Well, the memories, yeah, man, Hector, you know that. Frontline says Liam looks scared. Okay, the energy that I'm getting from Liam Paro, if I'm being honest with you guys, I saw that too, and a lot of people took that right. That Liam Paro was scared, right, of Subriel because of the way he looked. The only thing I believe is that Liam Paro, right, he looked a little nervous, right, but of it wasn't because of him being scared. I think he didn't want to be ambushed by Spanish reporters that were coming all over him. You know what I'm saying? And like really like making him look bad. He wasn't comfortable. He looked nervous, not scared. There's a difference between nervous and scared. Liam Paro has fought in front of 20,000 people before. Liam Paro is a road warrior. The reason why Liam Paro's here in the first place is because he took the show on the road. He was fighting in people's backyard. But coming into Puerto Rico, the way they do it in Puerto Rico, they kind of like let him out the van. It was just a couple members of his crew and go into the interview, right? And he's like, shit, if shit jumps off here, this could be pretty bad. But the way they did it was they didn't let Subriel Matias in the workout with Liam Paro. Liam Paro came in by himself and his crew. He worked out a little bit, answered some questions. They left. Then Subriel and his team came in. You see? So he did have that nervous energy look where he was like hands in it. It could be a ploy. It could be a ploy. Giving out nervous energy. You think you got this guy beat, you walk into something big. But there's one thing I don't believe. Brother, that man is a professional boxer. A professional that wants and signed for the biggest fight of his life. And you're going to tell me that man is scared now? He might as well start doing another profession. Perhaps, you know, try knit sewing or something, because if you were scared in boxing, this is something you shouldn't do. I saw that he was nervous, but not scared. You know what I'm saying in that sense. So, yeah, absolutely. Let me get down to what's up, Carlos, brother. What? Till that. What? Oh yeah, when that bell ring for the first time, hey! Bro, it's gonna be on and popping. Jose Montalvo, what's up? That's awesome. I have a great day, and remember that. Bring your number on one fan. Oh, you're my number one fan, bringing you a gift. Yeah, right. Yo, bro, you can't slide in as a guest with your full name. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Frontline, how you doing, baby? Well, we'll talk about blessings, brother. Blah blah blah. Frontline, Edwin. From what you saw, does Liam Paro? Okay, yeah, okay. Hey, listen, what do I always say in boxing, guys? The art of boxing is to hit without being hit, right? Okay. And if you're really good at boxing, your mentality going into the fight must be you are here to assist me on whooping your ass. That's what you're here for. You're here to assist me on whooping your ass. That's it. I'm going to be doing the ass whooping, and you're here to assist me on doing it. That's the kind of confidence you got to have coming into this fight. And can Subriel Matias really take away all Liam Paro's attributes that he brings to the fight? Can Subriel Matias, you know, nullify his jab, take away his power? Um, will Liam Paro not want to stand in the corner? There was an interesting thing I talked about Liam Paro's coach with, right? And I try to get him to see this. You know, sometimes trying to secure one of the biggest victories of your life, but at what cost? If Liam Paro wins this fight, will he be the same? How much damage is he going to take in this fight? You know, and you know, as a coach, you got to pay attention to your fighter. You know, and some of these fighters are stubborn. They you know, like Max Dervicek. When the coach was like, Max, I want to stop the fight, and he was like, no, don't stop it. You know, some of these guys are too tough for themselves. They're too tough. And you got to be the guy that decides, yeah, you'll be mad at me for a little while, but, you know, I'm going to stop this fight. And Mad Max Dervicek's coach is on record saying exactly the same thing. He'll be mad at me for a little while, but I'm going to stop the fight. And he stopped the fight, and he still, unfortunately, passed away. You know, maybe he was too far gone. And then after he knew that the fight was over with, all his adrenaline dumped, and that was it. You know, so it goes to show you that some of these guys are too tough for themselves, and some of these guys are fighting for their dreams. So Brian Matias yesterday said it. You know, I didn't put it on, you know, because I still feel that there's this little stigma following him around for the man match thing. But Subriel Matias said it out of his mouth yesterday. He said, "You're gonna have to kill me in this ring in front of Puerto Rico for me to lose. I am prepared to die in the ring," he said. He said, "This for my corner, no, they know. They know I am prepared to go there. I will take it." And Subriel said that yesterday. Yes, he did. So both these fighters, you know, they're fighting for their dreams and their legacies and whatnot and have you. And where do you put your name among your fighters? Like Liam Paro. If, you know, he pulls it off, or even in a loss, and he goes on later in his career to become a world champion or multiple world champion, where does Liam Paro cement his name amongst Australian fighters? You see? And the same thing for Subriel Matias. Where does he put himself in the halls of all Puerto Rican fighters? How far can he really, you know, put himself? Like, for instance, Miguel Cotto's is our strongest weight division for Puerto Rican, born, raised Puerto Rican fighter, Miguel Cotto's. Miguel Cotto's has 4 divisions. He's our strongest guy. He's not the strongest when it comes to winning percentage. No, no, no. There's way better Puerto Rican fighters. You know what I'm saying? William, you know, what was it? It was it 32 fights, 32 knockouts before he went up and lost a bad fight to Sanchez. Was it 32 his record or 30? I'm not sure. Don't hold me on that. But Puerto Rico has had some really strong champions. We've had 69 world champions to current date. We've had 69 world champions. Um, I'm not sure if Subriel Matias' name gets sketched into that. I think they wait until he retires to put him down as another champion. I'm not sure how they do it. I would like to check into that, or if they have already counted him as one of the champions because he already got the belt. So that I would like to see. But this fight is going to be really big. I'm trying to figure out while I'm at the fight if I can go live and show you guys like Subriel in the ring and stuff, because I technically don't think that that's fucking stealing if I'm not copywriting what someone else has filmed. If I'm filming my shit live, right? Isn't that my? Can I do that? I'm not sure really what. I really gotta check that out, because I would love to show you guys Subriel Matias in the ring. No, you know what I mean. I got no problem turning the phone around. I just want to secure my channel. I don't want So, and I already got one strike on my channel for doing that. So I don't want to do it again. So I'm gonna figure out some more, definitely, guys. Let me read some of you guys' comment. What's up, Kokui? He's not scared, but he will. Oh, he will regret taking this fight, brother. You know when the regret comes in? It's what we don't think about. It's the weeks and days the fighters are laid up in bed, in the hospital, with their face like this. It's that throbbing headache that just keeps throbbing. It's the nurse. Keep coming into the room. Don't go to sleep. You might have a concussion. And you trying to go out and they like, nah, don't wake the fuck up. Right? And the ice packs and the pain after the fight, that's when you regret taking the fight. And that's what we don't think of. I can imagine what Errol Spence Jr. was feeling after that ass whooping Terrence Crawford gave him. Brother, he had lumps on top of lumps in the fight. He had like a lump, and then he put a lump on top of that. It was like that cartoon when he asked him, how many lumps you want? And the dude came out with the hammer. Yo, that's exactly what Errol looked like. And as we all know, when they put the inswell on your head, they're pushing that down with the inswell, right? Okay. After any cut in the world, what does it have to do? It has to get worse before it gets better. Yo, his face must have been like this, brother. His wife is coming and checking him on the room. He's just in bed like this. Like you are fucked up, bro. That's when you regret taking these kind of fights. And your family has to watch you in bed, day in, day out, taking care of you from the beating you sustained in that ring. And the crazy thing is, they get up and they do it all over again, daring to be great. But I said, there's your asshole. No, I haven't actually seen the ring that they're fighting in. No, they didn't show us that. Because the weigh-in was in the small building to the side of the actual building where they're fighting in. I haven't yet actually gone inside the building. What they did for that workout in the weigh-in, they went into the little buildings adjacent to the main building in Puerto Rico. That's what it was like. I've already been to the place. I know exactly where it's at. The dome. I've already seen it, but from the outside. I never got in to see the ring. I don't know what size the ring is. Nothing, because that's important. If it's a big ring, which would favor Liam Paro, where he'll be able to dance around more. In a smaller ring, Subriel Matias will be able to cut off the ring and trap Liam Paro. The smaller ring would favor Subriel Matias, where the bigger ring would favor Liam Paro. And I didn't get to look at the ring. I don't know what size it is. I don't know if it's 24 and 18. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what size the ring is. I didn't get to see the inside. No, I did not yet. But that I would like to see too. because that's important. It's important. It plays into everything. When these fighters take these fights, that's what I mean about the promoters and everything. One guy in the, both sides, they're sitting there, they're going over the fight, right? And these are the things that they're talking about. He says, okay, I want to pick the gloves. You can only pick Everlast, a set of whatever gloves. I'm not gonna sit here and fucking advertise names. They ain't paying me, right? right. So whatever boxing gloves, then you pick the event, where it's gonna be held. Then one guy, he gets to pick the ring size, and all these things, and are factors. They are factors, and that's big. That's big. That's interesting to know. I'll see if I can get back to you and answer you that question before the fight. Uh, what's up, Edwin? Low in the house. What's up, baby? John Rodriguez says, the only way I see Parro winning this fight is a lucky punch, bro. Yo, listen. Uh, lucky punches is exactly what we talk about in fights, isn't it? When we talk about a fight, and you ever hear the expression, he has a puncher's chance? Isn't that what we're saying? He has a puncher's chance to connect on Subriel Matias. We don't know. What I'm saying is, I've already seen Subriel Matias get hit by hard punchers. That dude is a knockout artist. Did you see how hard he was punching through Matias's guard in the first 2 rounds? Before Matias hit him here and his leg gave out here. Right? Y'all remember? His knee did get tweaked. I did a little research on it and I laugh and I joke about that. He did have an issue with his knee, according to the guys. I know they're not going to say, oh, no, he didn't, but I saw reports of him having an issue before he came into that fight with Subriel Matias with his knee. Yeah, I did actually see it. So, whether or not he used that as an excuse, and Subriel Matias has a tendency of beating the fight out of the fighter. He takes the fight right out of them. He punishes them. He brutalizes those guys. And, yeah, I agree. The only way I might see him doing that, it's not going to be like in a sequence where it was a slick style combination. He set Subriel up and boom, boom. It would more be like in an exchange and Subriel got caught. That could happen. That could happen. Oh, yeah. Kodos was born in the U.S. The motherfucker was born in the U.S. and can't speak English. He never could used to be able to speak English. He always spoke, in the beginning of his career, all Spanish. You had to get translators from Miguel Cotto's. I always thought, why didn't I not think he was born? It was probably because of that reason. Because he had to learn English, Miguel Cotto's. Yeah. I thought Miguel Cotto's was born on Puerto Rico. I got to check that out. I have so many fighters in my head, Wilfredo Gomes, the monster, was no joke. He was one of the best Puerto Rican fighters. That's the one I'm talking about. He had like an unbelievable knockout. He was rocking like 100% knockout ratio. And he went in to fight Sergio. And it didn't work out too good for him. Everyone, remember that Subriel Matias is something special. Yes, he is. He really is. And I talk about the style of his fighting, right? In order to pull off the style with Subriel Matias, you need a lot. Okay? Meaning, right? For instance, when you watch a man like Floyd Mayweather fight in his career, and if you was to ask me, would you teach that style to anyone else? No, absolutely not. I would never tell someone to learn how to fight like Floyd Mayweather. No. You would have to have everything Floyd Mayweather, the gods blessed him with. You would have to have his endurance, his speed, his stamina, his cat-like reflexes, his understanding, his ring IQ, when and where to pull the trigger. There's so much that goes into the Floyd Mayweather style. Many have duplicated, no one has replicated it. As you can see, every man that tried Mayweather's version, they don't know when to use the Philly shell. Mayweather came out in the high guard in most of his fights, and when he was controlling the fight is when he used the Philly shell style. It was in different sequences. He didn't come out every fight just, no. Mayweather was much more than the Philly shell. His cat-like reflexes, his twitch muscle, you need too much. Unless you're born with all those traits, don't try to do what he's doing. It's not going to work out for you. In order for you to pull off the style that Subriel Matias has, there's a lot you need. I wouldn't teach anyone to do that. Oh, go in the inside, fight like Subriel, bro. You're going to get knocked the fuck out. Subriel has an iron chin. He has an iron chin. He really does. His shots are fucking hard, bro. He has that kind of punching power that can damage you. He has damaging punching power, and he just softens you up, softens you up, softens you up, softens you up until that guard comes down, and then pow! All of a sudden, you're on your back. And guys knew, the last 5 guys knew it was just a matter of time. What they actually did was rob us boxing fans, and the rest of the world the opportunity of seeing what it was going to be like when Subriel puts them down. They threw the white flag before that moment happened. If not, what you would have saw was the destruction of all 5 of those fighters. If there was no white flag and the dude was like, nah, you got to get up and go out there, I can imagine what we were about to witness. But they took all that away from us by conceding. I don't know, mas. I can't go on. My head is still rattling. I can't get it to stop spinning. All this is pounding. I am beat. He took the fighter right out of you. You know when fighters talk about, you're going to have to kill me in the ring. I'm him. I will never quit. I would never concede in a fight. I'm undefeated. How dare you come to me and tell me I will quit in a fight? I'm a fighter. Up, quit, up, quit, up, quit, quit, quit. 5 in a row. Undefeated men. I guarantee you would ask any of those guys before that fight, hey, do you think you'll quit in this fight? That motherfucker probably would have looked at you like you had 3 heads. Quit? Is that even a thing in fighting? Isn't it either you go to the scorecards or you get knocked out? He's quitting. That's not even in our sport. And what did he do? Quit. That's how he's breaking these guys. Yo, Ponce. Did you guys see Jukumbai fight the other night? Everybody after Subriel Matias had to take a long, extensive layoff. None of those guys ever fought Subriel Matias and did a quick turnaround. Have you guys ever noticed that? Not one of the fighters he's ever fought said, oh, I'll fight in 2-3 months. I said I suffered no injuries in the Subriel Matias fight. In fact, bro, you don't see those guys for 9 to 10 months, a year. And that's what I talk about. I talk about at what price? How far are you willing to go to secure this victory? How far? How much are you willing to give? And did you give too much? You know, will Liam Paro be the same fighter after this fight? It's possible. He just doesn't have to get hit as much as these guys got hit. And like I said, these are the things that in this fight, if you see, I believe it spells the end for Liam Paro. If he stops moving and he decides, like all the fighters that went against Subriel Matias, at some point in the fight, they're taking so much damage, even running and evading, that they decide to stand their ground. Each fighter did the same thing. And as soon as they stand their ground against Subriel Matias, it's just a matter of time from there. I believe that's basically checkmate. If I don't see Liam Paro like actively moving, still trying to set things up, create opportunities, basically just watching Subriel Matias. If I see Liam Paro watching Subriel and waiting for him to throw a punch to try to counter, it's not going to be good. That's not going to be good. Now, um, like I said, it's fucking fight night. Let's go. Puerto Rico is in the building. Esto va a estar encendido acá afuera, bro. 10,000 Puerto Ricans in the crowd. There's going to be like 9 Liam Paro fans there. They're like in a little corner somewhere. Right? But we going to have 10,000 screaming Puerto Ricans in the building. You know what I mean? And I really believe that this is Subriel Matias' moment to really catapult him to a more common, at least, household name where people know him. In fact, a lot of people out here in Puerto Rico know of young Xander Zion, and they're fresh off his victory. I spoke with a lot of people out here, and that was what they were talking about. Subriel Matias really needs to give the people of Puerto Rico something else to talk about. And with every fight, it's crazy to think about, right? Because we're saying to ourselves, we want more from Subriel Matias. You want more from Subriel Matias? He knocked out everybody he's fought against. He has 100% knockout ratio. How the fuck higher can he get? And we expect more. How? What are you going to have, a 200% knockout ratio? You can't do that. And we expect more, and in the sense that we want him to unify all these champions, to fight the champions. If the champions don't fight him, then they don't fight him. I can't make Tio fight Subriel Matias. I can't make Devin Haney fight Subriel Matias. It doesn't work that way. They have to agree to fight each other. You see? So, when people say we want more from Subriel, and I don't believe in his style. He gets hit a little bit too much for my liking. He's been trouble in a lot of fights. His defense is suspect, blah, 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 blah. And mind you, these are all the things they're saying about a guy that has 100% knockout ratio and no man has ever went the distance with. That's what we're saying about him. Rather than understanding his style of fighting and understanding that fighting is not the same. You know what I mean? All fighters don't look the same. Subriel Matias can really be doing some real, this is his style. He's probably going to show the world that he's mastered this. And this entire time, he was him, and you guys weren't going to be able to beat him. Just because you don't understand what's going on in there, and he's getting a little hit to, doesn't mean this is what he's doing isn't perfect, because it is. Now, he has to get better. I agree on the defense. I would like him not to get hit so much. I think in longevity for his career, you want to minimize that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, definitely, guys. Let me answer some more of your questions. Miguel Cotto Mm. Yeah, well, I think he wins by knockout, but he has a possibility of doing another Subriel no mas. That's another possibility. With him coming in 5 consecutive fighters, the knockout is what we're thinking, but the no mas is in the back of my mind, where that Liam Paro's corner throws in the towel, and that would be six. That would be a remarkable record. You don't get an award for that. Just like you don't get an award for retiring 50-0, like Mayweather. Mayweather, everybody's so caught up on the fact that he has 50-0. Well, actually, that's just a personal thing. There's been hundreds of fighters that had over 50 fights. And there has been a lot of fighters that went 50-0 and lost later in their career, but they passed 50 fights undefeated. Easy. You don't get an award for that. That's just a personal thing. And this is where you made it in your career. Don't always hang on to that. What you need to hang on to are the things that the Hall of Fame deemed worthy. How many belts? How many divisions? How many champions did you fight? Those are actually awards, and those are things but retiring undefeated, 50 fights, there's no award for that. That's just a personal thing. That's it. Naoya Inoue, the Japanese superstar, that Japón kid, right? He's already got Mayweather beat as far as belts and a lot of accomplishment. There's just one avenue he doesn't have Mayweather beaten yet. It's weight divisions. The Japanese has 4, Mayweather has 5. He hasn't beat him there yet. Um, and Mayweather fought 23 world champions. Naoya Inoue fought 13, something like that, 13, 14. So he ain't beat him in that. And which in that aspect too, like, but when you break down their records, right, in the great Mayweather, you put his title run against Naoya Inoue's title run, it's a fucking joke. It truly is a joke. There's no way Mayweather can even hang in the same room with the Naoya Inoue kid. No way. Okay, how about this? Mayweather never unified in no weight division. Undisputed status. Unified, yes. I'm sorry. Unified, yes. Undisputed, no. No, I correct myself. Mayweather has been a unified world champion. Yes, he has. But an undisputed champion where he had all 3 belts at the time, or all 4. Mayweather was in a 4-belt era too. He had 3 belts. Is the most Mayweather ever had. He was about to get the 4th one, but he didn't want to wait for the guy, and he moved up. That was a decision on his own. I guess he thought he didn't fight. But the Naoya Inoue kid has already unified in 2 separate weight divisions, undisputed status. That's an accomplishment Mayweather would never, he's got Mayweather beat when it comes to that, yeah. But as far as, you know, um, Subriel Matias, where he ends up from here, who he fights, can he get these champions to actually fight him? Just being satisfied with one world title. I asked him in the press conference, what do you really want to do? Do you want to move up? Subriel Matias, from my experience, from looking at him, I stood right next to him, and everything. He's a natural 140 pounder. And I think at 140, that's his home. And Ed Hearns, I hopefully pushes to get him these big fights. Another like Regis Progress fight in the works, good, but you know, I would like to see him fight someone like a champion. Let's read some messages here. Oh, Coda's father was in the military. That's why he was born in the U.S. Interesting. He was born in New York City. Okay. Yup. I guess that takes him off the list of island-born fighters, huh? You have to be an island-born fighter, unfortunately. Yeah, to in that category. You could be Puerto Rican. It's not, but we know how it is when, a Russian claims to be the Russian champion, but he was born in New York City. The Russians are gonna be like, nah, bro, you weren't born in Russia, bro. You were born in the United States of America. That's different. Yeah, you're Russian, but you weren't born in Moscow. You know what I'm saying? On that type shit. So, it's kind of important. Yeah, like a Felix Trinidad. Felix Trinidad, born on the island of Puerto Rico. Felix Trinidad is one of our strongest. And it just so happens, what title did he have the most? The IBF. Felix Trinidad, because Felix Trinidad was a natural, in his weight division. And let me tell you guys something right now. Like, Felix Trinidad's title run, go check it out. It's impressive. He has one fight in between. He didn't have that one fight. He would have had something like 21 consecutive world title fights in a row. That was massive. Yeah, but he has this one fight in between that breaks his record. And the Naoya Inoue kid is coming on his like 22nd consecutive world title fight in a row. That means 22 fights. His last 22 fights have all been for world titles. And his last fight was a title defense for 4 belts. His next fight will be a title defense for another 4 belts. He's doing video game shit. He really is. So look, I can't wait for this fight. Fight fans. I'll definitely ask some questions, and I'll be going on again live, answering you guys some questions. Road Rage, anyone that's going to be at this fight, if you see this video, I'm going to be wearing one of the Round One Sports Talk shirts, and I'll be the crazy little Spanish dude in between the concession stands yelling out, get up, that'll be me, and you'll be able to find me, okay? So if you're looking to meet me at the fight, I'm not sure how that'll work out or how big the place is. I thought Madison Square Garden was really big. And in fact, it's big but little. You can find the person you're looking for in there. So if you guys meet me there, see me there, we can chop it up there when we get there for the fight. That's all I have for you guys right now. Let me answer some of you guys' questions. Make sure before I go, how many champions does he have on this record? Who? Who are you talking about? This fight helps him get the biggest fights. Yes, it does. It's going to help him get the biggest fights. We are ready to rumble, Hector. You know we are. Money Mayweather owns his career and has already fought everybody but wasted for them to be on the downside. Let's be real, my brother. Keyword Money Mayweather, not party boy, pretty boy Mayweather. Yo, listen, whatever you do, Mayweather got himself into a situation in his career where he was handicapped. His hands broke too much. He had surgery after surgery. He went to Japan. He had that big surgery on his hands. He retired for 2 years. After every fight, he's sitting up there like this. He had brittle hands. Mayweather had to like pick less of an opponent sometimes, a little cherry pick, but he had already established himself as the man he was. When Floyd Mayweather was pretty boy Mayweather, he was ruthless. He was ruthless. He was dominant. He was powerful. It's just his hands had him adapt a different fighting style, and it was less fan pleasing with less knockouts. A lot of running around, a lot of speed, a lot of action, but really no power. Mayweather didn't want to break his hands every fight. End up being having arthritis your whole life and shit, that type shit. So at the tail end, he got a lot of criticism for that. But make no mistake, if Mayweather was born with Roberto Duran's hands, you guys would have seen something really special. Yeah, he just didn't have his hands, couldn't back him up no more. Only in China. 13 years, yeah. I think Tito defended his title for 13 years, yeah. Yo, he had a massive title run, bro. A massive one. Yeah, brother. He just had weak hands, man. And he had to work around it. That's all. And it made him less fan pleasing. And the fact that everybody was trying to beat him just to make sure he didn't retire undefeated with that big mouth of his, because Mayweather knew that there was a part of this is part entertainment. And even though Mayweather had a big mouth and he said a lot of things, the one thing you will never, ever, ever be able to say about Mayweather, he wasn't dedicated. He wasn't focused. He wasn't that guy. I'm sorry. He was that guy. He was dedicated and he was focused, and he had a lot of these people fooled, thinking he was out here throwing money, popping bottles, doing all this crazy shit, when Mayweather was one of the most dedicated and disciplined fighters I've ever covered. So yeah. Huh? Oh, is that I'm a Liam Paro right there on top of my refrigerator? Yo, you crazy? What? What's up, baby? Yeah, guys. So listen, man. Yeah, look, I'm gonna start getting ready here, starting to head out. It's 4 o'clock. We're gonna start to get everything together here. Start driving out to the arena, and I'm gonna see what I get into again over there. See if I can bring you guys better content and more stuff. Leaving into the fight, my prediction: he stops him between 6 and 8. I have Subriel Matias in this fight. I believe Liam Paro is a great fighter, live dog. I just think Subriel Matias is too much for him, my opinion. We're gonna see what happens, and tune in for more content. And thank you for everyone supporting the channel. And I'll be back with another one right after this one here at Round One Sports Talk. I'll see you guys later tonight. Peace.